Hey everyone, before we jump into today's topic, if you get any value from this, please take a quick second to subscribe, ding that notification bell, hit the like button, and drop a comment. It really helps the channel out. Thanks a bunch. All right, let's get into it. Today, we are tackling a massive challenge, one that pretty much everyone I know is dealing with. How in the world do we get our focus back in a world that seems built to destroy it? We're going to break down the science of why your brain loves to get distracted, and then, most importantly, we're going to arm you with a practical toolkit to take back control. So, let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar? You sit down, you've got a clear goal. Maybe it's a report for work, studying for a big test, or even just trying to read a book for fun. You've got the time, you've got the coffee, you're ready to go. But your brain just isn't playing along, right? It jumps from an email to what you need at the grocery store to something that happened last week. You check your phone for just a sec, and boom, an hour has vanished. If you feel like your ability to just sit and concentrate has been shattered into a million pieces, you need to hear this next part. It is not your fault. Let me say that again. You are not lazy. You don't have a discipline problem. Your brain is not broken. The real issue is that our brains, which evolved over thousands of years to survive in a world where information was scarce and valuable, are now dropped into the noisiest, most information-saturated environment in human history. We're living in an attention economy, and your focus, well, that's the product everyone is trying to buy, and they're not asking nicely. This isn't a personal failure, it's a design problem. And that brings us right to our first section, the battle for attention. Because that's what this is. It's a battle. And to have any chance of winning, you've got to know your enemy. And the enemy isn't you, it's not your willpower. It's a world that has been brilliantly, meticulously designed for one thing: distraction. So let's look at the main culprits. Our attention is under this constant four-pronged attack. First up, digital overload. We're just bouncing between apps, tabs, and screens hundreds of times a day, and it completely scatters our mental energy. Then you've got notification addiction. Every little ping, buzz, and red dot is a tiny engineered hook designed to pull you in. Next is the big one, the multitasking myth. This idea that we can effectively do 2 or 3 things at once, it's a total illusion. We're just switching back and forth really badly. And all of that leads to the final attacker, just plain old mental fatigue. We get so worn down that we don't have the energy to resist the next distraction. Okay, so what's the actual cost of all this task switching? Well, scientists have a name for it, and it's called attention residue. Think about it like this. You're deep into writing an important email. You pause for just 30 seconds to reply to a text. When you go back to the email, your brain isn't fully there, is it? A little piece of it, or residue, is still thinking about that text message. And this is why multitasking feels so exhausting. It's not just the switching, it's the mental cleanup your brain has to do every single time. And get this, it can take up to 20 minutes to fully clear that residue and get back into a state of deep focus. 20 minutes! So if these interruptions are so bad for our productivity, why are they so irresistible? Why does it feel so good in the moment to check that notification? Well, let's dive into our next section and look under the hood. We're going to explore your brain's distraction loop and uncover the chemical reason it actually feels rewarding to get distracted. All right, so first, meet the CEO of your brain, the prefrontal cortex. It's this amazing, highly evolved part of your brain right behind your forehead. It handles all the big picture stuff, planning for the future, making smart decisions, and, crucially, keeping you focused on your goals. This is the part of you that wants to finish the project. But it's in a constant tug of war with a much older, more primitive part of your brain, a part that's wired for one thing and one thing only: seek novelty and immediate rewards. And this is the loop that hijacks that CEO. It's so simple, yet so powerful. It starts with a trigger, a ping from your phone, a new email popping up. Instantly, your brain releases a tiny little squirt of dopamine. That's a feel-good chemical. And your brain loves it. It's like giving a puppy a treat. So what does it learn? It learns that interruptions equal pleasure. It starts to actively seek out more interruptions, craving that next little hit. And make no mistake, this is not an accident. It's the entire business model of the modern internet. This quote really just hits the nail on the head. We're literally fighting our own brain's reward system, a system that has been trained day after day to value a quick, novel distraction over deep, sustained concentration. So the key takeaway here is huge. Trying to focus better isn't about just forcing it with willpower. It's about consciously retraining your brain to get that feeling of reward from finishing something meaningful, not just from seeing something new. Okay, enough about the problem. We get it. It's a battle, and our brains are wired for distraction. So what do we actually do about it? Let's get into the good stuff. This section is all about your new focus toolkit. We're going to walk through 3 simple, powerful, and scientifically backed strategies you can start using literally today. Strategy number 1 is without a doubt the most important one: environment design. Here's the thing. Most of us treat willpower like it's an infinite resource. It's not. Think of it like your phone's battery. It starts at 100% in the morning, and every decision you make, every temptation you resist, drains it a little bit. Environment design is about stopping that drain. Instead of constantly fighting off distractions, you just remove them. You make focus the easy, default path of least resistance. So, how do we do it? 3 super simple steps. First, declutter your physical space. Seriously, a messy desk is a minefield of potential distractions. A clean space helps create a clear mind. Second, and this one is a non-negotiable game changer, put your phone in another room. Out of sight, out of mind is real. Studies have proven that just seeing your phone, even if it's off, reduces your cognitive performance. Get it out of there. And finally, go on a digital decluttering spree. Turn off every single notification on your phone and computer that isn't absolutely essential for your work or life. Make your devices serve you, not the other way around. Okay, tool number 2 in our kit is the famous Pomodoro technique. Now, this isn't about working harder or for longer hours. It's about working smarter. It's about working with your brain's natural rhythm, not against it. See, your brain isn't built for an 8-hour focus marathon. It's a sprinter. It works best in short, intense bursts, followed by a brief period of rest and recovery. This technique just formalizes that natural cycle. And the process couldn't be simpler. First, you pick one task. Just one. No multitasking allowed. Second, you set a timer for 25 minutes. And for those 25 minutes, you give that one task your complete, undivided attention. When the timer goes off, you have to take a 5-minute break. This part is crucial. Get up, walk around, look out a window, do anything but work. After you've done 4 of these Pomodoros, you reward yourself with a longer break, maybe 20 or 30 minutes. It's a simple rhythm that prevents burnout and keeps your mind sharp. And our final tool is a beautiful little life hack for overcoming the biggest enemy of focus: procrastination. You know that feeling when a task feels so huge and overwhelming that you just can't even start? This is the cure. It's called the 5-minute rule. The deal you make with yourself is simple. You will just work on that dreaded task for 5 minutes. That's it. Anyone can do anything for 5 minutes, right? So why does this ridiculously simple trick work so well? It's all about psychology. The hardest part of any journey is the first step. That initial resistance, what scientists call activation energy, is the biggest hurdle. The 5-minute rule lowers that hurdle to practically nothing. It tricks your brain into getting started. And then basic physics takes over. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. Once you're 5 minutes in, momentum often kicks in, and you'll probably just keep going without even realizing it. Okay, as we head into our final section, I want to leave you with what is honestly the most powerful and optimistic idea in this whole discussion. And it's this: focus is a skill. It's not a magical gift you're either born with or you're not. It is a muscle. And just like any muscle, with consistent training, you can make it stronger. This chart really lays out the critical mindset shift we need to make. For so long, we've tried to focus using the willpower column. But as we said, willpower is a finite battery. It gets tired. It's all about fighting. The other column, systems, is the new way. This is about building a sustainable structure, like your environment design or the Pomodoro technique. These systems don't get tired. They don't just fight distraction, they prevent it from ever showing up in the first place. They make focus the easy, automatic choice. And here's the coolest part. This isn't just a metaphor. It's backed by hard science. The concept is called neuroplasticity. It's your brain's incredible ability to physically change its own wiring based on what you do repeatedly. So think about it. Every time you ignore a distraction and complete a 25-minute focus session, it's like you're clearing a little path in a forest. The more you walk that path, the wider and clearer it gets. You are literally physically building stronger and faster neural pathways for concentration in your brain. I love this quote because it gives us permission to be human. The goal is not perfection. You are never going to achieve a state of perfect, unbroken concentration. Nobody does. You are going to lose focus. The real skill, the muscle you're actually building, is noticing that you've drifted off and then gently, without beating yourself up, bringing your attention back. Every single time you do that, that's one more rep in your mental gym. That's you getting stronger. So, I'll leave you with a question to take with you. Now that you have this toolkit and this new perspective, just take a second to think. What is the one single thing, the one project, the one conversation, the one creative act that truly deserves the gift of your complete, undivided attention today? Pick that one thing, protect your time and space to do it, and give it the focus it deserves. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, and leave a comment to support the channel.